The travel tax is levied at 10% of the ticket price. It has been there, it continues to be there. It is collected by central government as part of the consolidated fund, and central government will continue to collect this aspect of the travel tax. The travel tax obviously applies to, in terms of the exemptions, applies to retired persons, senior citizens, students, and persons traveling on government business. In 2011, this particular tax earned 6.8 million East Caribbean dollars. Then there's the embarkation tax. And like the travel tax, there are several exemptions applying to senior citizens, students, and others. It has a two-tier structure at present, whereby there is one rate at $20 for nationals and CARICOM residents, and $25 for persons who are from outside of the CARICOM region. It earned us $15.6 million in 2011. What we're hoping to do is to have one standard tax as far as this is concerned also. And that is because, Madam Speaker, we intend that we would no longer have the tax being collected at the window at the airport. There are several reasons for that. We've had many complaints, and as a tourism-dependent country, sometimes if you go on a weekend, especially on a Saturday, you will see very, very long lines as people line up to pay their embarkation tax. We're moving away from that so that the tax will be collected at source by IATA, as is currently done in relation to the passenger facility charge. And so we'll do away with those lines and make the whole process a lot simpler and a lot easier. Now, because IATA will be collecting this tax, they cannot differentiate between local and visitor. So it has to be one standard rate, and so that's the other reason why we will standardize the rate. At the moment, the standard rate, well, at the moment, the rate, as I pointed out, is $20 US for nationals and $25 US for visitors. What we're going to do now, yes, 20 anyway. What we are now going to do, we will have a standard rate whereby it will be $37.50 in and $37.50 out. Now, the passenger facility charge, which just a second. Yes, yes. Now, the passenger facility charge, that is currently collected and remitted by IATA. It is paid by all passengers in Antigua and Barbuda by air at a rate of $25 US. It is only remitted if the person arrives in Antigua and Barbuda. That is, no tax is received if the traveler has bought a ticket and doesn't arrive in Antigua and Barbuda. In 2011, this earned us $17.6 million. So together, the combined earnings would have been approximately $40 million. And so, Madam Speaker, what we're looking to do is to consolidate those. And so the $37.50, which will be charged, that will be in relation to the passenger facility charge and the embarkation tax. Now, yes, they will be combined. Now, of course, there will be those who will be saying we're pricing ourselves out of the market and that we can't do this and that sort of thing. Madam Speaker, in the real world, there are things that we must do in order to ensure, first of all, safety of passengers and the maintenance and upkeep of the facilities that passengers use in order to have comfortable facilities for travel. Now, at present, when you combine all the taxes that I just mentioned, all three, the travel tax, the embarkation tax, and the passenger facility charge, everything comes up in Antigua to $63.75. at present, US, total. When you compare the other regional islands, because if you're going to look at competitiveness, we have to look at what others are charging. So that's, before this amendment, it will be $63.75. Anguilla, at present, it's $97.35. Barbados at present, it's $82.12. Dominica is $71.50. Grenada is $76.65. St. Kitts is $105.50. St. Lucia is $97. St. Martin is $94.25. St. Vincent is $62.45. Trinidad and Tobago is $69.75. So with the exception of St. Vincent, which is not a hub, and which perhaps rivals with Dominica as having the smallest airport in the region, St. Vincent is the only airport that has a low charge. Now, we're building a new terminal. We do not want to place ourselves in a position where we have the facility and we cannot service the loan for the facility. It's all nice and good to be sentimental and say, oh, don't charge them, because that's what oppositions do, let's face it. You know, there's never good tax if you're in opposition. Let's take that as a given. Never. Until you get in government. Okay? No. Okay. So we expect that you will say, don't do it. But when in the driver's seat, you have to think about passenger safety, and you have to make sure that you can be responsible in going forward. That's what we're doing now. And so, with the increase, we will then go up to $93.75.